So in this video what we're going to do is we're going to integrate x cubed natural log of 2x with regard to x from half to 2. So it's a definite integral, and just to check, if I plug a half into here I get natural log of 1. So therefore this is continuous over this whole domain here from a half to 2. So therefore we're good to go straight in, it's not an improper integral. And I also notice I've got two functions of x cubed and natural log of 2 of x. So therefore I'm straight into integration by parts. So integration by parts. So then I have the integral of u dv is uv minus v du. So I now need to make my decision, which do I want, a u or a dv for each of those terms or functions of x. Now if I have dv, if I select that, I've got to integrate because I need to get to v. So which one do I prefer to integrate? Well, natural log of 2 of x, to integrate that, I need to integration by parts again, so I'm going to pick x cubed for my dv. So straight away dv is x cubed, and then integrate that, raise the power by 1, divide by the new power. So that's a v, not a u. Got to be careful here with the v's and the u's. And then now, straight decision now for my u. U is natural log of 2 of x, in which case du is simply 1 over x. The 2's will cancel out by the reverse chain rule. Have a go for that for yourself if you're not sure. So now what I need to do now is plug in my building blocks in terms of this. So that's the question, so that's what that is. This is what I want for my answer. So I need set it to equals u times v, so that times that. So I've got ln 2x, put x to the 4 like that so I don't get confused with it, and divide it by 4, and that is calculated over my parameters. This is actually part of my answer, so just calculate that, and that's a value which is part of the answer. So that's all good. Now I need to subtract and create a new integral from a half to 2, and this time I've got v and du. V is this one, du is that one. Now look at this, I've got x to the 4 over 4 times 1 over x. So if I just write that out, over the 4 times 1 over x dx, you'll see here that x's will cancel out. So leave that there. I'm going to bring this down in a line. So then now I've got from 1/2 to 2, 1/4 of x to the power of 3, and that's dx. Again, this is now an integral which is straightforward to do, and that means no more integration by parts, so I can work out what that is. Okay, so let's do the integration on this and set it up like that one. So raise the power by 1, divide by the new power. So I've got x to the 4, divide by 4, so I'm going to divide that by 16. And that's calculated from a half to 2. And I've got a minus sign in front of it. So now I can bring this one down. What I'm going to do is, while I've got this one written out, I'm just going to calculate what it is and write it in here. So first of all, evaluate at the when x is 2. So I've got, when x is 2, I've got log of 4, and then times that by 2 to the power of 4. So I'm going to write it as 2 to the 4, and divide that by 4. So that's my value when it's 2. And now I need to work out what the value is when it's at a half. Now if I plug in a half in here, I've got natural log of 1. So I'm just going to write that in there. Natural log of 1 times 1/2 to the power of 4 divided by 4. Now we know natural log of 1, that is 0. So all of this is just 0. So that will all go. So that's all gone. And now I need to subtract this one, which I'm going to evaluate down here. So plug in 2. So I've got minus 2 to the power of 4 over 16. And then plug in when x is a half. So I've got a half to the power of 4 also over 16. Okay, now what have I got here? Bring this down, I'm going to put that here. Natural log of 4, that will stay. I've got 2 to the 4 divided by 4, that's going to just give me 4. So basically now 2, 4, 8, 16, 4 ln 4. So that's where I'm up to there. Okay, now let's do some simplification on this one. 2 to the 4 is 16, over 16, that just gives me 1. And then put in a minus. With a minus, I need to add half to the power of 4. Well, 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So that's 1 over 16 divided by 16. Let's just write that there. So 1 over 16 divided by 16. That's just simply going to be 1 over 256. And just multiply those together. So that's plus 1 over 256. Okay, now 4 ln 4 minus 1 plus 1 over 256 minus 1 plus 1 over 256. That's going to give me minus 255 over 256. 4 ln 4, what I could do is get that even lower. So what I could do is here, A ln B is the same as, if I put that one there as to the power of k, shall we call it, A ln B to the k, that just gives me k A ln B. So here I've got 4 ln 4, so basically I've got 4 ln 2 squared. Bring the 2 to the front, I've simply got 8 ln 2. That's my log rules. So I can now write that as 8 ln 2. And then that is it. We are done. Okay.